Hello, I'm Helen Bradley. Welcome to this video tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create an award banner logo as a graphic in PowerPoint. Before we get started with this video tutorial, let's look and see what we're going to be doing. I'll show you how you can create this award style banner in PowerPoint. And because we're using theme colors, this is going to be theme aware. So if you change the theme later on in your PowerPoint presentation, then this illustration is going to change color to match the theme. You can see as I'm mousing over these various designs that the colors in this graphic are changing automatically. So if you're ready, let's get started creating our theme aware award banner in PowerPoint. To create your award graphic in PowerPoint, I suggest that you start with a clean slide. So I just went to a new presentation and just made sure I was working on a blank slide, so I have plenty of room to work. I'm going to select the oval option here, and I'm just going to drag out a nice oval. What we're going to do is borrow this curve here. So you don't want it to be too skinny because that's going to give you too sharp a curve. You want it to be quite a generous amount of curve. This is a pretty good setting. Then we're going to press Control C and then Control V. That's copy and paste. And what I want to do is to move this second pasted version back on top of the first version because it's going to appear in a different place. Choose Drawing Tools Format tab, Rotate, and then more rotation options. You're going to rotate this first shape, or the first copy, around 15 degrees. Then again, Control C, Control V. Move the copied version back right on top of the original and then rotate it an extra 15 degrees, so type 30. Again, Control C, Control V. Move it back into position. Make sure that you get this right. It's worth spending a little time making sure that everything is lined up neatly. And then this time we're going to rotate 15 more degrees, which is 45. Control C, Control V. Again, line everything up and again rotate it, this time 60 degrees. This time we'll rotate it 75 degrees. And for our final copy, we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. Now we're going to select over everything. So I'm just going to drag over all of these shapes so that they're all selected. And again, I'm going to press Control C, Control V. That makes a duplicate of that entire set of shapes. Now I don't want to click on this because I need to do something with this selected group of shapes before I do anything more. So I'm going to Drawing Tools Format tab and I'm going to select Group and then Group. And that groups the second collection of rotated shapes into a group so that they're all going to travel together. I'm going to place them right on top of the first group. I'm just making sure everything lines up perfectly. And when it does, I'm going to hold the Shift key down and I'm going to click on the rotation icon here. And I'm going to rotate this set of shapes around until I make a complete circle. So I've got all these shapes now that are making a circle. And what I'm going to do is to borrow the outside fluted edge. So now I'm going to make sure that everything is selected. I'm going to ungroup. So I'm going to choose Group, Ungroup. And now with everything selected, I'm going here and selecting Merge Shapes. And I'm going to click Union. And that just makes a merge shape from all the shapes that we had made. And it's got that nice edge that we're looking for. So now we're ready to continue with the drawing since we have this shape made. I'm going back to the oval tool. This time I'm going to hold down the Shift key as I draw it because I want to draw out a circle. I'm going to place it over the top of the shape that I was working on, but this time I want to fill it with a different color. So I'm going to fill it with a green color and I'm going to give it an outline. So I'm going to Shape Outline. I'm going to select a sort of yellow outline to give it a little bit more definition. And for the outline, I also want to change the weight of it. So I'm just going to give it a heavier weight. Now it's possible to do that all over again and to go and create a second circle. So I'm going to do just that. Again, holding down the Shift key so that it is constrained to a circle. Move this one right on top of everything else and create exactly the same effect for it. I'm going to fill it with green and I'm going to give it a yellow shape outline and a little bit thicker. Now I can size this up a little bit more if I want it to be a little bit closer to the original circle so that the lines are a little bit closer. So now we've created all the fluted shapes here. We can group them together if we wish by just selecting over all of them and then click Drawing Tools Format tab and select Group Group. That'll make sure that these travel all together. Now we're going to create the sort of ribbon banner here and we're going to use a shape that's already built into PowerPoint. We're going down here to the stars and banners. We're going to select this one here, the curved up ribbon. I'm just going to drag it out here. Now I need to size it so that it's going to fit my shape. It has a couple of little yellow handles here that we can adjust the shape using. So one of these is going to make the curved ribbon longer and the other one is going to affect this, how the ribbon actually looks. I want to move it pretty much into position where I want it to be and then I'm going to color it. Now don't think that's quite the color that I want, so I'm going to shape fill and I'm going to select a slightly different color. This sort of gold accent color I think is going to work a bit better for me. Just going to adjust the ribbon until it's the way that I want it to look. And now I want to move it behind the shape, so I'm actually going to right click on it. I'm going to choose Send to Back. And that moves it behind the shape. And so the shadowing and everything is looking really good. The problem is I don't have the shape across the front. Well, I can make a duplicate of it. So I'm going to right click and choose Copy. And I'm just going to press Control V to paste it in. I'm just going to paste it over the top of the original shape because I'm going to use this to trace. So now I'm going to go and get the rectangle tool. I'm going to draw out a rectangle that is the same height as this curved shape is. And then I'm going to fill it with the same color that I was using. So I'm just going to the original shape fill and I'm just going to make it that gold shape. Now I can get rid of the top version of this ribbon because I only needed it for a guide. So I'm just going to delete it. And I'm going to start editing these points. So I'm going to click on the shape to select it. I'm going to choose Edit Shape and then Edit Points. This allows me to edit these points. If I click on this point, you can see it has a set of handles. So I can drag upwards on this handle to just curve this line. I'm going to do the same thing over here and drag upwards to curve the line so it matches the shape that is underneath the curvy edge shape that we've created. And we're going to do the same thing down here. We just want to make sure that in the work that we're doing here that we're not seeing the original shape underneath because we don't want to make it obvious that what we've done is to actually recreate this shape ourselves because it just wasn't going to work otherwise. It might take you a couple of goes at this to get exactly the result that you want, but you just want to click on the anchors in the corner and just pull them up a little bit to get that curved line. And when you're done, you'll want to select over everything again and then group it again with Group, Group. And that gives you a single shape that will now travel as a single element. It will also size as a single element. So provided you hold the Shift key, it's going to size in proportion. So you can save this out if you want to by right-click it and choose Save as Picture. You can save this then as a PNG image that you can bring back into PowerPoint anytime you want a banner that looks like this. And of course the banner is fully editable. You just need to click through until you get the element that you want to change. And then, for example, I've got a shape selected. I can go and change the look of the shape by just selecting a different set of colors from the color picker. And because we've used theme colors, this entire shape is going to be theme aware. So if I go to the design panel and choose a different theme for my PowerPoint presentation, you can see that the entire graphic is going to change to match the theme colors. So there you have the ability to create an award presentation in PowerPoint just using PowerPoint shapes and a little bit of PowerPoint skills. I'm Helen Bradley. Thank you for joining me for this PowerPoint video tutorial. Look out for more video tutorials here on my YouTube channel. I encourage you to subscribe and you'll be alerted when new videos are released. And you'll see here that there are links to other videos and other playlists that might be of interest to you. You may also want to visit my website at projectwoman.com, where you'll find plenty of tips, tricks and tutorials on a range of applications, including PowerPoint, Excel and Word.